But yeah, so go ahead. So yeah, with that, yeah, you did a little exchange onto a diamond in the rough, shall we say, property. That was a deal for sure. I think of the year last year on
and
the
that
whole
was
thing there.
Before this frenzy on the multifamily space, and I remember that we put a few offers, right? I mean, we put an offer initially on the
we worked on the seller for a while. We were hitting the seller a little bit.
We offered I think 3 times, until we hit the right number. And I said, Sean, I believe on this project. I believe on this property. It's beautiful. It's a diamond in the rough, as you said. Location was a B+ location. The condition of the property probably a D, but that's what you want to buy. You want to buy the ugliest property on the nicest neighborhood. Whether it's
maybe we can give a production to some photos of how that looks, because that place is night and day.
Oh, yeah.
In such a short time.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah. So very proud of that project. We already did all the works on the outside, and we just started turning units, and just tremendous amount of value. The units that we are turning right now are fully renovated. We're going for a luxury product because the area does support a nice product. So
and you just rented one unit for $1,600, correct?
So that unit average 2 bedrooms were for $750, and that was what Sean, when we closed that deal last year, September,
October 21.
Yeah, and the average rents on the 2 bedrooms were $750. We leased that unit for $1,585 today. Now fully renovated though. I think that you guys need to put the pictures here.
We'll definitely get with
I put them in my phone last night.
The before and after, that would be cool. That you guys can do like a little collage, and this is the before and this is how it looks now, because we're not just raising the rents and not bringing value to those residents. I mean, we completely gutted the unit. We put the money, we put the capital, but look at that phenomenal rate.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I remember when I saw the sign the first night I was driving by, remember? And I was like, I almost like, you know what I mean? I was driving, I was like, whoa. And I was telling my wife, like, look at the sign. I was like, look at this.
What year am I in?
Yeah, I was like, this place looks insane. Back to the Future? Yeah, I was like, whoa. It was, and we know that you definitely have a lot of tricks, and not necessarily tricks, but you have a beautiful touch and strategy, correct? Thank you, that you do implement to your properties. That is gorgeous, Sergio. We have to be honest. You know what I mean? Like what you do stylistically for the property, interior and exterior, but also the big thing, like you said too, for the listeners out there that just think, oh, let me try to buy something and do this. Sergio puts a lot of work and time into his properties, but he does that too also because for the tenants, he wants them to feel secure at their properties and their homes. He wants them to be able to pull in and be proud of where they live. And then also the upkeep that you do and the amenities that you provide and everything and you have good management teams too. Yeah. So you have the all-around circle that you really do bring to the table, on the properties that you acquire for your tenants. So you can get these, like you said, going in at a $750 number, and as of today, $1,585. And I know there's other things that you do too on the back end, you know what I mean, that I'm sure we can get into if we have time.
But not only that, like for instance, the previous deal that we did, like when we sold the property next door, they're striving to be comparable to Sergio's property.
Correct.
So it's a domino effect to this community, city, there's a lot there. And also, I mean, the county should be very appreciative when stuff like this happens because they're getting more tax dollars. Mm-hmm. So, they should help. There's a whole domino effect that comes into play. And, of course, we want everything for the tenants, but it's also for the community and a better
and that's very important, and when you see other cities, that they have this rent control or start talking about rent control, this domino effect that you're referring to it will not happen. Because if you have rent control and your expenses go up, what are you gonna do? You don't wanna go and do the improvements that you need to do to improve the community. So I understand, the situation right now where rents are, getting a little bit out of control with inflation and so forth. But on the other side, you gotta let the market do its thing. That's the best thing, create value. And I think that when you guys talk about my touch on my properties, I think it all comes back. I think my biggest influencer here was my mom when I was a little kid, because my mom was, she was involved in some fashion, and she was always coming to me and say, what do you think about this color with this color? She was always kind of like trying to, she was asking my opinion. I'm talking about a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old boy. And I remember those moments. And I said, I think this will go with this and this will go with that. And she's like, I like it too, And she will give me the reasonings why these colors will go with these colors, or, the aesthetic part of things. And I think that in that sense, my mom was very influential on me, and made me understand, that, there's nothing wrong in looking at, good things, at pretty things. Things needs to have harmony. They have to be cohesive, and they have to have a sequence. And I think that exposure really helped me a lot. And when I started doing my development, my new construction in Houston, my new developments, I was very in tune with those things. I needed to make sure that every single thing just flows nice, and maybe Sean, you guys can also put some images of the project that I did in Houston with Project Bungalows. That's my the catalog that I have there is online, and you can showcase some of the beautiful properties that I built over there, and it'll tell a story,
Yeah.
And I think that's something that is important to implement. And if you don't have those skills, because you may not have this sense of style, or sense of understanding what people want, just consult with, with a designer, that deal with real estate, right? Or just research, go online, look at the competition. What is the competition is doing? And then just trying to do equal or more.
Success leaves clues, and the great thing about you, which I use in my own life as well, we do, like, you can't be afraid to spend money. There's a lot of owners, landlords, they just don't want to spend any, they just want to take, and not put, give back to the property. Mm-hmm. So, it's all energy, and I think you have a great energy, and I love that you take care of your property so well. Congrats to all that.
And I think you made a good point, for example, and again, you go kind of like what you've done, and you're trying to implement the good things that you've done and have worked in the past. But I think that when you're trying to come in to do a venture, right, and you do your value-added strategy, you come up with a nice product out there. Don't just do just nice. Go a little bit beyond. Go the extra step. And that worked with us when I was doing developments in Houston, for example. There was an area that it was called Houston Heights. So imagine the map, right? There's a big road, and then on the left side were the properties that were selling for $1 million. And on the other side of the road were properties selling for $300,000. And you are thinking, why this area is not doing what like this other area is doing. And it's just because the product wasn't there. And it was just similar feeling of the neighborhood. So I started saying, I want to develop in this area that my entry cost as an investor is lower, but I want to give you the same or better product like the $1 million homes. And I was able to lure those buyers into say, hey, don't go and pay $1 million, pay $750 for my property. But I'm going to give you the same or more than the $1 million property on the other side of the tracks. And it worked. And all my properties were like, wow, I wanna buy your property. It's so beautiful. It doesn't really matter if it's on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah,
for those buyers and for those realtors that were bringing their buyers. And, don't get me wrong, the house next door was a little beat-up bungalow, but I was putting beautiful property next door. And that area right now has fully gentrified, and now it's pretty much the same as the other side of the road. So I was able to create value, go beyond and above on my finishes, on my product, on my quality. I had my prices, not as high as the other one because I was trying to create a niche. And I think right now it's up to par in that neighborhood. It's beautiful. So, again, those lessons, those strategies that I implemented on when I was doing developments, I tried to put it also on my unit terms. Yeah, we can put nice fake marble formica. How much it costs you? I don't know, $500. But why we don't know and find quartz? Maybe you pay an extra $500-$600, but now you have quartz. So I think it's worth the effort. And that's why this unit that I finished yesterday, that I show you the pictures, right? It sold the same day that was put up in the market.
It's gorgeous. I saw when I saw it, was like...
And I talked to the property manager, and I want to hear. You want to hear. And I talked to the property manager and say, hey, well, how was the showing or how you did? And she's like, oh, the people fell in love with the unit. They're just obsessed with the unit. They love it.
Makes you feel good.
That's it. It's an easy sell from there.
Yeah,
right?
It's beautiful.
Thank
beautiful. You do a great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Beautiful.
We know that time is somewhat limited and there's so much to go over with you. Because like I said, you do single family projects, you do multifamily that you're big into now. And another thing that you do with Worth Avenue also is syndication on different opportunities that you find, like the ones that you personally take on, but sometimes you may want to bring in a partner or partners or so.
Correct.
And it's maybe a limited partnership position, you know. Could we tell, I know that today, is June 9th, of 22. But as of today, are you looking, do you have deals currently going where you're talking
there's
about
always
syndication and the deals that
exactly.
you may have for anyone
there's
that might
some
be
deals that, there's so much your capital can go, right? So that's when you bring other potential partners into working with you. You can do joint ventures, right? Where, you and a couple of partners, you get together, one bring the expertise, the other can, bring the capital, the other, everybody gets involved, right? And so I like those type of structures because they're cleaner. Everybody gets involved. It's a team effort. It's just clean. And I have couple of those opportunities like that at the moment. So of course your audience can reach out to me if they wanna be hands-on. You have to be active. You cannot be passive when it comes to a joint venture opportunity. But the margins, of course, and there's just less fluff. It's just 2-3 people getting together to a common cause to trying to take on a project and so on. And then, of course, you have then the other model that is the syndication, right? Where, you pretty much, you have your 2 different groups, your general partners, and then you have your LP investors. The LP investors are, a group of investors that collectively bring the capital, and they're passive. They have to qualify, they can be a creditor or not a creditor, depending on that type of offerings. Those are more suitable for larger deals, but you have some type of offerings, you have to have established relationships, and in others, like a 506c, you can publish and you can be out and about, but they have to be accreditor investors. And for some people out there that don't know what accreditor means, is a single person earning $200,000 a year, or a married couple earning $200,000, or a net worth of $1 million plus, excluding their single family home. So just check your financials and see if you are accredited or not.
it's very important.
Very important.
Yeah, we do it with the
that.
IPOs.
Yeah. So always open to connect with fellow investors that want to work with me on a joint venture active role. if they don't want to be active and they are like, high income earners, attorneys, business people, doctors, and they just focuses on their careers and they just want to diversify into investing passively into multifamily, of course, feel free to have them reach out to me and I'll be happy to educate them through the process because there's a lot of nuances on the business. But once you learn and you trust the people that you're working with, because trust is very important. You do business with the people that you like. You do business with the people that have a track record. They have the integrity. But once you get to know the people, then you can help them. And in addition to the return that an investment can have, a lot of investors and passive investors invest because they want to get the benefits of the depreciation, the tax strategies. You're a high income earner and you may not have deductions. You need to find vehicles in which you can mitigate those taxes. Some CPAs and accountants, they're conservative. They don't recommend certain things. So make sure that you consult with a real estate CPA, and I have a couple of sources that I can refer to your audience if they want to learn how they can benefit from an offering on a tax standpoint. Mm-hmm. But it's important for you to be educated and see, okay, this is my exposure to taxes. This is my exposure to this is my burden, and how can I strategize into reducing that exposure? And if there's vehicles out there, take it. I also invest on other groups, as an LP myself. Like last year, I did an investment to a group up in Houston, and I did a $75,000 LP position on a 200 plus apartment complex in Houston, and we received our K1s a couple of weeks ago. And we receive around $53,000 in negative income, credits. So that helps, me because I'm an active investor in my, my burden with my taxes. And you can roll it also in the future. So there's just a lot of ways in which you can benefit from that. And I would recommend for investors that are looking for strategies to look for advisory. I can guide them but I think it's important into investing for cash flow purposes, but also as a strategy if you need help on the tax exposures situations.
And there is a difference, like Sergio was saying. There is a difference for listeners. I mean, CPAs, accounts, but make sure if you are involved or interested in real estate that you do speak to a real estate a CPA that is knowledgeable about the real estate industry and that,
yes,
is active with clients in that field and on the up and up of the current laws and regulations and so forth.
Yeah, very
I know
important.
that I was looking into that, I think, last year. I learned a lot last year.
Even real estate.
That was a learning experience for me personally last year.
Yeah, like real estate agents or brokers like you guys. I mean, you guys make commissions. You may not have much deductions. And if you're active and you participate, there's one qualifications in order to get those tax benefits. But if you do qualify, it really helps you a lot. So not all CPAs, as you said, or and accountants are educated. I have a couple of investors that I've been talking to, and I refer her my CPA, and they have conversations with her, and then the other accountant is trying to challenge, my CPA or the investment strategy. Oh, if you have negative income, how come it's a good deal? They just don't understand that cash flows is one thing and credits on the tax is another thing. They're just confusing it. It's like, why would you want to invest on an opportunity that is give you negative returns? They just don't understand how these things account. So anyhow,
right.
This is not accounting advisory or anything of that.
No. We recommend to go.
I'm just saying that there's just multiple strategies that most people don't know. You can be a doctor, an attorney, businessman, and you may not know what a cost segregation is. You know,
Right.
I didn't know when I was doing my loans or when I was doing developing. I mean, I knew about depreciation, but you know, it was helping me a little bit, but I didn't know about cost segregation, for example. You know, the accelerated way to have your sorry guys, edit this part. Like cost segregation is just accelerated depreciation. You know, now that only I believe is only on commercial assets, because I asked the people that does the cost segregation when I was having my portfolio of single family rentals, and they said that they would not be able to help me. So guys that are out there that they have your single family rental portfolio, you know, 5, 10, 15 units, you know, guys, that's helping you very little. That's not helping you on a big scale. So make sure that you start buying some commercial real estate, which is more than 4 units, right?
Yes, sir. Yep, exactly. Well, thank you, Sergio, so much for your time. We know you're a very busy man.
Thank
Mr.
you.
South Florida.
AKA the surgeon.
We love talking to you. We love our lunches. We love our time with you.
We do.
And, you know, decades and decades of success to you and with us. And, man, you are an inspiration.
Thank you for your kind words, Dino. Thank you, Sean, for having me on your show. Congratulations again on your success on your business, real estate life. You know, you guys help a lot of investors. I mean, I see you guys as my friends now, even though we started as a client, right? But I met you guys personally, you know, and it's very nice working with you guys. It's always a pleasure to talk about all the different things and perspectives. So I really value my relationship with you guys as a business colleagues and friends. So thank you, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
Oh, us too.
Thank you,
Sergio.
Good luck.
Have a great
Good
day,
luck.
sir. Yeah, check out worthavenuecapitalgroup.com.
Thank you.
And again, guys, thank you for tuning in, listening, liking, and subscribing. Thank you, Mr. Dodani, for being here today. I definitely appreciate it.
Sergio, please give our loves to the family.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, and
Sounds
congrats
good.
on the new puppy.
Oh, the cutest puppy ever.
I was ready to get. Yeah, I was ready to get.
Thank you, guys. Well, nice talking to you. And
Thank you,
Sergio.
we'll talk soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you again. That was cool.
That was. I mean, he always excites me. He always just.
Never a dull moment.
I see so much of me in him.
yes.
Just joking,
Yeah.
Sergio. Yeah. When you watch this, but if you watch it, I know how busy you are. But man, yeah, he was great. That was really cool. Like they're hearing about his mom. We didn't know that about him.
That was extremely cool. And it made the design, and you see he gets that from his mom, I get. Because the listeners may not know, but I mean, cosmetically and exterior and interior wise, color patterns he puts together and themes and branding and
landscaping. Something
packages.
as simple as landscaping, like pristine signage.
Oof. Yeah, the names are really cool. You know what I mean? They're modern, yet also they have like a little, and like you always said this too, like when you say Mr. South Florida, like his style. So everything is, you know, he's got he brings that South Beach, South Florida style to North Florida area.
Yeah,
Central and North
Florida.
Florida.
The guy eats at the Breakers every Sunday probably, or Saturday for brunch, you know. So yeah, I mean, and I love, you know, the people he rubs elbows with as well. It's just phenomenal. So when you're in that, when you do a deal, you have to make sure you have accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he's doing it on his own,
right? Yeah,
he has to have it. He has a certain standard because he may want to partner up one day with whoever, right? So it's part of his resume. And a lot of the times we have sellers that, they're the cash flow. but they don't put anything back, and that reflects on them.
Yeah.
What I love, and that's what I love about Sergio. He has a high standard. Forget about a standard. It's a high standard. And it just shines through him in his personality. So if he's going to dinner at a charity function in South Florida, it shines through him.
Yeah. And
people from that community, they can read it.
Oh, they feel the energy, everything. Yeah, they just
he's definitely several levels up.
Yeah. Love him. Love him.
It was a great show. Yeah. A great show.
Yeah, and so everybody, again, tuning in, listening, if you'd like to get a hold of the book that he did, I believe it's for free. He just gives it out for free.
Yeah.
Something a little back on him, which is a wonderful thing he put out there for any educational purpose uses or anything. WorthAvenueCapitalGroup.com. Also to get in touch, maybe if you want to get in touch with him about maybe some future deals of looking for a partner, maybe you want to do some things with him, please reach out to Dino or myself, as well as we can get you in touch with Sergio. And wonderful guy. He has a lot of great opportunity. And currently right now, just in the last week, I think there's deals going what I mean?
Well, we just sent him one.
And there's another new one just thrown on the plate. So
150 acres with amazing business on it. And should I say where it is? I don't know.
Well, if anyone's interested, you could reach out. 100 and it's buildable, right? 150 acres buildable with a business on it.
Sewer's already there.
Sewer's already put in, which is big. But guys, thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your evening and week ahead. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And please, we really do enjoy the comments that have been coming in. We've been reading them. Again, we mentioned this previously about an episode we're going to have coming up for a lot of people that are looking to how to get into investing into real estate. We're going to be going over that. I know we said it like last episode, but just travel, the guest list, everybody's schedule. We've had to maneuver some things, but keep your eyes open for that to be coming soon. And again, thank you so much. Good to see you. Oh, and one last thing. Congratulations on closing this week. We had a closing this week. So congratulations.
Yes. Buyers, don't be rude to your sellers.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Be nice. So
love you guys.
Love you guys too. Thank you. Have a great week and day.